Hey, we are live with Terra Invicta side stories. And what's been fun about these side stories is that it almost less than half the time have the actual players of Terra Invicta been involved. We've done several just side stories with just you guys and other random people. So it's been fun to kind of, this is the setting that I'm playing D&D in right now. So if we want to play some D&D, this is where we're going. So Terra Invicta, let's go. And this is pretty fun for us because obviously we not only do we have Connor and Jared, but we also have Seth Birchfield, my good friend. Yeah, joining us. He used to do role-playing game stuff with us all the time. If you listen to Idle Inspiration, you will have heard him on our Savage Tide episode, where we talk about that old campaign we were in. And the funny thing is, Terra Invicta is actually an adaptation of Paizo's Savage Tide. So we're kind of doing a little bit of a revisit to some old friends today. Yeah, nice to have you, Seth.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, everybody.
I forgot that was it, yeah. Cool.
That's why I got off.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Okay. Cool stuff. Yeah. So let's do this thing. So I think we see a familiar place. We've been here before in Terra Invicta. We see Parrot Island. We see I think I have an actual description of this. Island in the middle of the like weird kind of lagoon island chain of islands here that Calabar is located on. But Parrot Island is filled with parrots, unsurprisingly. And
I never would have guessed.
I know. We have a character who's a druid in the main party, and she was just about to just like retire right there and just be like, all right, I'm staying here forever. So Parrot Island is thickly vegetated. A bunch of trees serving as the roost for hundreds of noisy, brightly colored parrots. I think we see a partially overgrown trail leading up from the beach of this island to a small clearing. We kind of like follow it up. The camera does. And you know what I think? I think we get it mockumentary style, right? So there's obviously a cameraman behind this. Like we're seeing the camera go up the trail, right? And it's mockumentary style. So we get up to the clearing, right? And then the guy, like shaky cam, the guy like finds you, Poddle, and then zooms in. What awkward, weird thing is Poddle doing in this mockumentary shot?
It zooms in on me on Parrot Island, or do I like turn the camera around?
No. So this is like a cameraman who is like,
who spotted me? Who
spotted you? Yeah, and then just like zooms in. And there's a candid like, what weird thing are you doing in the clearing? I
think he's preaching resistance to the parrots in the trees. Okay. He's like, we will rise up and take back. Where are we? What is the city called again?
Calabar.
Sasserine? Oh, Calabar is? Oh, we will take back Calabar for the little people. For the little people. As isolated, we are weak, but together we are strong.
This version of Poddle sounds a lot like Starscream.
Rest in peace.
So obviously, can you describe for us what Poddle looks like? Because it's the first time we're seeing him on screen.
In this universe, he's a little red, scaled, like so basically like the stature of a hobbit, but he's a upright, scaled red lizard dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a cool
with like 3-fingered claws,
I think 3 fingers
plus appendages. I think he's got 4 fingers total, so he's like this.
Oh yeah, 3 and thumb. Yeah.
Yep. And I think as this little starting scene, he says, he like looks towards the camera, which is like some sort of like traveler or like
right,
or like some like guy and his wife or whatever. They're like coming here for a romantic like date or whatever, and he like turns on them and he says, "Charge, parrots!"
And then we just see the parrots. Yeah,
defend your land.
And it's not even that Pottle like actually persuaded the parrots to do anything. It's just that he startles them so much with his random yelling that they just like go crazy and just start flying everywhere.
They just start flying everywhere, and we like cut away to see the like, or probably just like from his perspective, like he grabs his like girlfriend's hand or whatever. It's like, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
this guy's crazy.
And then we
he like falls, and the camera like shatters.
Yeah,
or the cracks or whatever.
And then we get a like upbeat like anime rock intro, and we start seeing the like opening credit sequence.
I would be afraid to see what kind of druid Pottle would become.
Oh, I mean, Pottle is from old Pottle really did like animals from the very beginning.
He did.
He owned a couple of parrots and a monkey. And
the only violence he was against was animal abuse.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true.
He had a djembe for a nice little pet too.
Well, let's be fair. Djembe's pet was Pottle. That was the other way around.
Yeah.
Djembe had Pottle in his little bag of holding. Anyway, so yeah, we see this little kobold and get that whole intro thing, and then we see Djembe. And the rest of the show here is like normal, filmed normally. It's not a weird mockumentary thing, but we see a strong, like tough looking bald black man. What did you say?
It's a beefcake.
Yes, beefcake. Yeah. But yeah, what's any other description you give for Djembe? Or
tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah. So we
bald,
see. So
very,
normally
very
in this world, and this is maybe a little bit for information for Seth too. This is the world of Thray, which is just the word Earth but turned backwards. And so this is an alternate universe Earth where D&D races exist and they populate they populate Earth. And so in this version of Earth, most Africans are tieflings. Though you can usually find you can usually find like several different races sharing cultures as you go throughout the world, but there is usually like most Africans are tieflings, most Middle Easterns are dragonborn, so on and so forth. But yeah, there are exceptions to the rule, and apparently Djembe is one of them. Djembe is a human, but he is black. He is very African. So I don't know if we ever really figured out why that is or where you're from exactly, but we don't necessarily need to. He has
a backstory this time.
I definitely did this overlay wrong, but I'll fix it while you talk. Djembe, what's Djembe doing? He gets off a little rowboat and is on Parrot Island. Because you probably heard whatever story that guy told, right? Of like some terror that lives on Parrot Island, and you're like, oh yes, a terror. I must have him for my crew.
Mm-hmm. I have a thing called a bad reputation. No matter where you go, people are afraid of you due to your reputation.
Very good.
When you go to a civilized settlement, you can get away with minor criminal offenses.
Okay. All right.
So I probably land. We get the Jack Sparrow. Yeah, my Jack Sparrow, my leaky boat. I just leave, and then it slowly sinks.
Right.
And then I just walk around the port, and people are like, whispering as I pass.
Sure. Well, so you're actually on Parrot Island right now, is what I was describing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've already. That would be a great shot, but. You actually already heard the rumors, and you've gone to Parrot Island to figure out what this terror is. And apparently, you attack someone.
I attack someone.
Well, there's a glaive roll on there.
Oh, yeah, that was from all.
Oh, okay. I just saw it now. Yeah. Yeah. So what do we see? I'm totally fine. I mean, I don't think this ship probably shouldn't sink because you do have to get off of the island. But
my little rowboat. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Djembe shows up in Parrot Island. What do you do?
The rumors I've heard, is he like in the wilderness or?
Yeah, basically, like there is some terror on this island that like has been attacking travelers, and like it sounded like a humanoid, like it wasn't like a monster necessarily, but like some terrible king of someone who's proclaimed themselves the king of the island, and they can never let anyone come. And you're like, yes, this is what I need for my crew of misfits.
I feel like I'd throw open the saloon style doors of the tavern. And then there's like someone's playing the piano, and then there's like the sharp like twang of them stopping, and then everyone turns.
So Jared, I've described this now twice, and somehow I don't think you've still gotten.
You said I'm on the island in the city.
No, so you're. So let me focus on
where am I landing? Am I just?
This is Parrot Island right here.
Where's Parrot Island?
If you're on Roll20, it is an actual forested island in the bay of the city. So you've already been in the city. For a while.
I didn't know we were in.
Yes.
The same. I thought we were finally, after like 4 mini sessions, not going to be in the same city.
No. So the way that I've structured the side stories is we'll continue to go.
It's less of an island and more of a.
It is a like isle.
A patch of
a little patch of ground. I mean, yeah, it's literally a narrow isle. It's a little more than a rocky outcropping surrounded by 30-foot high cliffs, save from the eastern end, where a narrow beach offers an easier approach.
I blame you for describing this as an island.
Okay.
I blame you.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah. Either way. So to answer your question as well, that's Parrot Island right there.
So I just jump onto a random gondola. I'm like, okay, to Parrot Island.
Yeah, and you can get away with it because you have your feature there. So you just like extort him to like intimidate him to go take you there. Yeah, so this guy leaves you, and you're on Parrot Island. Yeah, so you're on a narrow beach, which is like the only place that you can actually get on the island because the rest of it's like covered in 30-foot high cliffs. The isle is thickly vegetated, several trees serving as the roost for hundreds of noisy, brightly colored parrots. Do you want to make a survival check for me?
Yes, that is definitely something I have.
Yeah, so we gotta figure out how to take that off because you have mithril, so it doesn't give you disadvantage. Item type. I'll put down the light armor. Maybe that will change it. Roll that again. Let's see if it will.
I mean, I'm fine with the 20 I got.
Oh well. I was said survival, not stealth.
Oh, what?
But you should roll stealth again.
Okay.
I just want to see if it worked. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah,
No, it doesn't. Okay, I don't know what to do exactly then.
There you
go. Yeah, 14 is good enough for survival.
I'm glad I have the survival skills to live on a tiny patch of land in a highly lived city.
Yeah. Well, no. So this is, you found a little trail. So yeah, that 14 is enough to note a partially overgrown trail leading up from the beach to a small clearing at the center of the island. So this is like the one piece of like actual trail you find. I assume you follow it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna make one more stealth roll for you. Yes, perfect. I fixed it. Okay. It won't give you disadvantage anymore.
Dang, I'm really good at stealth.
That would, yeah.
Not a single parrot notices I'm coming.
Oh, I guess that is the roll you made originally. So yeah. So Poddle, make a perception check.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I said, "Oh, I missed hearing that."
You should have got the eyes of minute seeing.
I hate you, Jared. I hate you very much.
You weren't here for this. That's what Connor called them earlier.
So minute is spelled exactly the same as minute. So I was like, is this some sort of like time bending thing? I don't understand what this is. And Jared was like, obviously it's minute. That's not how you spell minute. And I was like, it is how you spell minute. That's how you spell minute.
English is stupid.
It is a little bit, yeah. Yeah, so Poddle, what are you doing this time as Djembe sneaks up on you?
This time? Oh, he had a 20 for stealth.
Exactly.
Wow.
He got a 20 against your 17.
He's probably fishing, and like Gollum style, he's like beating a fish.
Yeah, so we see you. So you get to the little clearing, djembe, and you like hear like it just like and you like look over and like go through the jungle a little bit, and then you find him on like one of the cliffs, right? And he has like a little fishing pole, and she's going down, but like he got a fish up, and he's just like banging it against a rock.
He unhooks a fish, and then like waddles over to a rock as he like grips it, and he just like pull both of his hands like over his head, and he just goes and like smashes it against the rock, and then like looks at it, sees that it's still alive, and he goes like very like loudly, dramatically.
Yeah.
What do you do? He has not seen you.
I just walk right up behind him, and then like right when I'm like a hair's breadth away from him, like, oh, you must be the king of this island.
All right, so Pottle, I want you to make a dexterity save for me.
Okay. You're gonna make me fall off the cliff, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So you do the crit success. Yes, you do the like pinwheel thing, like right at the edge, but then you catch yourself the last second.
What? No. I want to say I slap him with the fish.
Oh, okay. So don't even even begin to like fall off the cliff. You just like turn and slap him.
Yeah.
Now I get to make the dexterity.
I think it's Pottle making an attack roll, probably.
No, I don't mean to do damage.
I think it's just a critical success. Like that's a benefit he gets from his critical success. Yeah.
I get bragging rights. I want to do damage.
Yeah, so he just slaps you across the face with the fish.
Are you even tall enough to hit my face?
I mean, maybe djembe
he's standing on a rock.
Down.
He like jumps on the rock and smacks you.
Gotcha. Yeah, djembe's 7 foot tall.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if there is a rock that you could jump on that would then make you enough so you could slap him in the face. You probably just like slap it onto his armor, like just right in the center of his chest.
I see. Your weapon of choice is the fish. You are exactly the kind of person I need in my crew.
Sorry, come again?
And I literally just pick you up and like and start walking.
Hey, put me down! I am the king. You called me the king of this island. You better start treating me like it. You're like attacking you with the fish.
Come on, we have an adventure to go. Adventure.
I don't want to go on an adventure. I want to conquer. What's the city called again?
Calabar.
I want to conquer Calabar.
Is that not an adventure?
You too have come here with what's the phrase here? You too have come with an outcast mentality for revenge.
I do like revenge. Do you have a revenge?
Want to see society crumble around you? And he holds the fish like an Italian. Like by the like tail of it, he's like holding it like that. It's like flopping back and forth.
What I want, and that I don't know your name, King, Mr. King, is freedom. The freedom of the open ocean and the adventure of being able to go wherever you want and take whatever you please.
Oh, so you like don't want to destroy the city?
Oh no, we can do that too. That's part of the taking what we please.
All right. Adventurer, I like where our little partnership is going here. Although you will have to pay taxes to the king if you're going to be dwelling on Parrot Island. He like holds out a hand.
Let's see what I have in my pockets. I give you some hemp.
What?
Hemp.
Hemp rope.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know how to roleplay this one. We wake up
Nice
a day
try,
later.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what you were doing.
I see. Some rope. I suppose this will fetch a fair price at the market. Or maybe multiple fair prices if we can steal it back after selling it.
I like the way you think. Now onwards. We have it takes a lot of people to run a boat.
Yes. People. He looks at the parrots around him. I've only gathered animal companions thus far.
It's maybe easier than I thought. You have an army of parrots. You're even more interesting.
No, they don't really follow me.
What can you do?
He frowns at you. You dare talk to the king in such a condescending way?
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. What skills does your sire possess?
I am an excellent thief.
All right, perfect. I tuck you under my arm and then we leave.
Cool. Yeah, so you probably fill in Poddle on the way of what exactly the plan is. And I think for you, Djembe, the plan is I think you've been wanting to be a pirate for a while now and haven't actually been accepted by the Crimson Fleet. So you think that if you get enough people to join with you and just get your own crew, you can just walk up to the Crimson Fleet and say hey, listen, I already have my own crew. Just give me a boat and I'll work with you, right? I'll give you whatever share you want of, normal pirate share of the treasure. Will work together. So you're hoping to impress them by gathering a crew first. And so, yeah, you relay that to Poddle, and then I don't know. So this is the thing, right? Is the rest of this you guys just going and trying to convince a bunch of people to join your crew, or?
I mean,
or is it?
I think so. I think we can definitely get into some crazy adventures.
Or is it convincing Stryker to be part of your crew, and then going to Kraken's Cove to get the rest?
I think we should get Stryker first, and then just see where things go.
Where is Kraken's Cove?
Oh, here, I'll show you.
Not this place?
No, it is.
Is it another indescript piece of land?
So Calabar's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Kraken's Cove is over here.
That's Blood Bay.
Yeah, I know. Kraken's Cove hasn't been. I should probably reveal it now, actually, because they know where it is.
Blood Bay. Gotcha.
That's right. It's right there.
Well, that's not too far away.
It is.
And we don't have.
I thought Calabar was spelled with a K.
We don't have
27 miles.
So we need a guide to get there.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. That would be the idea. Because
can we say that we have gathered a blind man and a drunk dwarf?
Because we should talk about this as players here, because I feel like the thing that D&D is the best at is just fighting people and getting treasure and dungeon delving and stuff like that. So I feel like we'd waste a session just doing a persuasion check over and over again, right?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, can we say that we went to the do a little montage sequence where we gathered a blind man and a drunk dwarf?
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Who has the better persuasion?
I have 5.
I'm sure that's better than Poddle's.
Yep, I have a 1.
Okay. Djembe, would you like to make a persuasion check for us? See how well this goes?
Yeah. Sorry.
Wow.
I have just a second. Commanding presence. I can do that. I'm going to spend a superiority dice. And add it to that.
Nice. Oh, whoa!
No way.
That is now a 19.
Very nice.
Sweet.
That's awesome. Yep. So 19 is certainly good enough to get you a crew, whether or not it's terribly good. I mean, you don't you kind of have slim pickings in this situation, but yeah. I mean, I think you gather up a crew of misfits. So yeah, like a blind guy who's like you're going to be your navigator. Like a drunk dwarf. I think you obviously come across a half dwarf. And he you can swear that he's not half dwarf because he's so tall. Like he's as tall as you are.
He's half dwarf, half giant.
Yeah, exactly. He's half dwarf, half giant. And his name is in this world.
I also heard there was a wizard around town who's been getting up to no good. Maybe he would like to join, right, Caleb? Yeah.
So, yeah,
No.
maybe. I don't think so, Jared. So this guy's name is Duncan Gallagher.
That is an awesome name.
Is that the drunk dwarf?
Yeah, I don't know if he's like a drunk necessarily, per se. Let's take a look at his bio and info. Oh, yep. His flaw is I have a weakness for the vices of the city, especially hard drink.
Yes. Okay.
And obviously, this is Nate's old character.
Duncan Drunken?
Drunken
Or
Duncan.
Drunken
Duncan, yeah. Yep, so
That's perfect.
I'm trying to think.
I call him Drunken Gulpager.
I know who else you hire. You hire a novice wizard named Drake, and a
Like Nathan Drake or
no, a novice druid named Maximilian. And
what? So Drake is what?
Drake is a novice wizard, or maybe
novice
sorcerer.
wizard, and then Maximilian is a novice druid.
Novice druid, yeah.
Wait, Drake is a novice sorcerer.
Yeah, let's go with that. I think it makes more sense for me to be a sorcerer. And of course, these are the alternate universe characters of the first characters that David Schumacher and Ian. Well, I literally can't remember his last name anymore. Ian
O'Rourke,
yeah. Ian O'Rourke's characters from the original Savage Tide.
Okay.
I was just trying to think of like who else I could throw into this that would be recognizable.
And then Sora Lee.
Sora Lee is a boss assassin that will come in at some point.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
What is Duncan?
Duncan's a fighter.
A fighter. Okay. Okay, just for my personal understanding. Okay, so yeah, so I think can we have a scene of so Jembe like makes a speech or whatever?
Probably, yeah. You're all in like in a tavern. You've gathered your crew together.
I just want to understand like the dynamic that we are creating here.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that like, Jembe?
What's the place we're trying to get hired by?
The Crimson Fleet is the name.
Crimson Fleet.
This is the alternate universe Dragon Armada.
And we're going to Kraken's Cove to get more people, or
I mean, maybe to get more people. Like you might find a couple of people who'd go like come onto your crew there, but that is the Crimson Fleet's cove. So if you go there, show up with some people and say, "Hey, I need a job. I want a ship on a job." Like you might be able to convince them to give it to you. Yeah. What does it look like when you gather your scrawny adventurer team together?
So I assume we're all getting drinkies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think Striker's been hired yet. I think you'll hire him for being a guide, and then it'll be up to Seth at that point whether or not he just decides to become a pirate with you as well, or goes back to being a guide.
So I just stand up, like my chair flies out from behind me. I pick up Poddle and like put him on my shoulder, and I jump onto the table. I'm like, "All right, men. We're off to Kraken's Cove. We're going to join the Crimson Fleet Armada."
The Crimson Fleet.
Before we get arrested.
Never before in my long years of pirating have I seen such an amazing crew. I'm sure they'll take us, and we'll be off to adventure on the seas.
And Duncan says, "Here, here."
And he's obviously using these vague terms because he's never adventured on the seas.
Right, of course.
So he doesn't know what that means.
Yep. And I think Drake and Max, we'll just call Max for short, are both like looking very skeptical at the whole like Duncan's like totally into it, but like Drake and Max are like, all right, I don't know. He's promising us treasure, but we'll see.
And he always has a giant glaive strapped to his back. That's his weapon of choice in this one.
I think a glaive goes on your hand there, Jared.
No, a glaive is a polearm. It's the one that
I know. It's just a glove is the joke I was making.
The glaive and glaive. I hate
you. Now you know how it feels like when you do it all the time.
At least mine are funny.
Wow. Wow. But yeah, is there anything else in particular you want to... I mean, because the thing, I mean, you literally have like no money. So I don't know, like, are you just going off like the clothes you have on your back and just are going to...
I'm just taking what I need, dude.
Oh, just take it. Okay, so this is the thing. I mean, you're going to have to take... I think everybody has like basic traveling gear and stuff because you're adventurers. And I think you guys... What kind of like rations do you guys usually start out with?
With my explorer's kit, I have 10 rations.
Okay, I think most people would have that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it's not going to take you 10 days to get to Kraken's Cove. So that's good. I just want to make sure you actually could have made it without starving.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm sure I could just take a couple explorer's kits from various
Well, right.
shops.
That's what I was wondering is if you'd have to do that. Let's see.
I have trained intimidation.
Yeah, I guess Connor has a burglar's pack, which I don't think has as many rations in it, if any.
I might not even need to openly take things. Connor might just be able to steal them.
Connor has 5 rations. Yeah, I think most of the packs have at least some rations. Let me double check how long.
Can I just make a roll for that? That like while Djembe is giving this speech, that I just
sure.
I just steal some rations from. I just like sleight of
in the bar.
Check,
like you just go
in the bar. I'm just like taking people's like plates, like food off their plates, and like stuffing it in like a bag. Oh wow! Do I get advantage for anything?
So I should note that.
I don't know my character.
Our Terra Invicta rules are if you describe yourself doing anything in a particularly cool manner. So usually like in combat, right? Like if you're doing like Pirates of the Caribbean style, like moves, like using the environment and stuff and doing cool stuff, then you can get advantage. Otherwise, it's when you tell us something about your character, like in your backstory or something new about them, and we learn something about them through a little snippet of a scene, then you can charge inspiration, which you can then use to get advantage in a test.
Does the way I described stealing these things count?
No.
I'm taking food off of their plates.
Yes, but to be fair, what you actually need is like non-perishable rations, not just like the ham that is going to go bad in a day in the jungle. The fly is going to be all over it. Like,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So I think maybe that's even what it is, right? With a 13, like you didn't think that through, and so you did get some stuff, but like it's all going to go bad in like a day, and so that's going to.
Okay, I'm down. Yeah, I like this.
Cool. Yeah. So I mean, let's just skip ahead and you're hiring Striker, right? Striker, where do you like do business typically? Like where do you live in Calabar? And like I think there actually is a place in Calabar that's like called something like, Immediate or Guides in the Jungle or something like that. Calabar Guides or something. Would you do that, or are you like a independent?
I would like to. I feel like independent would be good. Basically, just have me up in like a fortified tent near the entrance to the woods. Basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And like Jericho's guide, 10 gold pieces for a tour. Or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and probably a lot of your business is literally just nobles who want to like go trips about the jungle for a couple hours and like pretend like they're camping or something.
Yeah, and I'm just basically chilling in a hammock, just waiting for my next job.
Yeah. So Djembe, you stroll up with your crew. They have all their backpacks on and stuff, and Duncan's singing some sort of dwarven song that he knows.
Shut that drunken fool up.
Yeah. So would you describe Stryker for us? What does he look like?
Younger, really black hair. I got my armor and my cloak. Got my swords. They look like they've been used a lot because fighting monsters in the woods, protecting hoity-toity rich people.
Yeah, and you're human, right?
Yeah, I'm a human. I'm paler than most humans, but I'm not like allergic to the sun. So
yeah, not a ginger.
Perpetually annoyed with the way my life is going.
Yeah. So we see him like in the hammock, and then he just says, "Shut that drunken fool up." And Duncan Duncan stops for a bit and then looks at you, Djembe, like, "Are you gonna let that? Like, can I not sing?"
We're pirates, of course you can sing.
It smells like a tavern out there. Who are you and what do you want?
We, sir, are in need of your... Who drew underpants on the side of this?
Oh, no.
Seth Leha. Yep.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Jared, like, he's just doing what you do all the time.
Yeah.
You were just offended that it wasn't you that drew it.
I was impressed. Okay, we, sir, are in need of your services. We need to go to Kraken's Cove.
10 gold ahead.
Everybody looks around like, we are all broke.
Is the promise of adventure not compensation enough?
Let me be honest with you, sir. I know who you are. I could get more for turning you into the authorities.
I mean, if you could turn me into the authorities.
You could try.
Sorry, everything just froze on me for a second.
Well, I said, if you could turn me into the authorities.
That loudmouth gecko over there has been harassing tourists for the last couple weeks. What do you got? What else you got here?
So when you say that, it cuts to Pottle and he's like taking a piece of food off of someone's plate, and then just like the guy like turns and looks at it, and then he's taking the
so this is like at the gate of the city.
Oh, I missed the scene change. I apologize.
Yeah.
I thought we were still.
No, you're good. Yeah. So this is like
tavern.
You guys have had you knew that this guy, he like Seth described himself as like hanging out in like a tent right outside the gate.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay, so yeah, Pottle just like has wearing a cloak, and he just like puts his hood up and like glances side to side at like the guards.
You have a walking tavern with you who's loud and will attract plenty of monsters on this tour. So I make him pay 20 gold for his part. What else do we have here? You two look too smart to be with these people. You might want to leave right now.
Do you want to make some sort of check to get them to do that?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Okay, perfect. It sounds like you're doing like an intimidation check maybe, or a persuasion. I don't know, whatever you're better at.
I got a 0 to both, so
yeah, so whichever one, it doesn't matter.
Can I do it with intelligence? Because
no, I don't think so.
Oh, darn. So persuasion.
There's an ugly truth skill in this game.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do I just click on the thing and then?
Yep, you just click on the name of it. Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, 5. Yeah. So luckily, Djembe doesn't lose half his crew here, and they just look at each other like they are obviously like second guessing this, but they don't say anything, and they just look back and like shrug.
You know what? I'm bored. Where do you want to go?
As I said earlier,
the Stryker we know and love, bipolar to the core. Cool.
Where do you want to go?
Kraken's Cove.
So, Stryker, do you want to make a check to see how much you know about Kraken's Cove?
Yeah, would it be knowledge?
Maybe history. Yeah. Yeah, make a DC. Oh yeah, 17 is good enough. So you know the approximate location of Kraken's Cove. You certainly know that. And you also know that Kraken's Cove. Let me find. The cove itself lies on the western shore of Blood Bay, about 60 miles along a marshy coastline, or a mere 40 miles as the Gulf lies. The brisk salt breeze of the ocean would make for a pleasant journey. So that's not, you're not going to take boats. If you're wishing to travel to Kraken's Cove by land, you face a long, grueling journey through a trackless monster and bullywug-infested swamp. Hugging the coast is no solution. Beaches are rare, and more often the transition from swamp to sea consists of miles of briny salt marshes with little solid ground. A maze of hummocks and marshes provides a maddeningly slow method of travel on foot. Assuming the PCs travel for only 8 hours a day at a speed of 30 feet, it'll take them 5 days to traverse the 60-mile journey to Kraken's Cove. So that's what you know about getting there. The actual cove, the entrance to the cove lies in a secluded rift in the coastal cliffs that line the western shore of Blood Bay. Blood Bay is riddled with dangerous reefs and submerged threats, so it's actually really difficult to get to it by boat, unless you have charts, which you don't. So other than that, yeah, you know it's a pirate's cove, and you know the Crimson Fleet is the people who man it. I don't know if you are familiar with the Crimson Fleet more than that, though.
No, they pay me. The Crimson Fleet's paid me pretty good for some other jobs.
Okay, all right.
All right, before we get going, got some rules to lay down. No alcohol.
No, absolutely not, Duncan says.
But the rum!
The rum goes. The rum goes. You do not want a bullywog to get into your rum, or you're gonna be having the runs for a week.
Well, there goes half of the stuff we were bringing. But at least we'll travel lighter, right?
Yeah, I love to think that literally, if people just turn out their packs and 2 bottles each,
And we get can we get a weapons check real quick before we go in? Because I need to know you guys can defend yourselves, because I really don't want to do all the fighting.
Yeah,
well, I have a glaive and 2 crossbows strapped to my body.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody else holds up weapons.
Okay. Let's get going, guys. This is hopefully one of you dies on the way. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm hoping it's the dwarf.
And then Duncan just comes up behind you and slaps you on the back and just says, "I like you too."
I backhand him.
He just kind of takes it like a stone, right? He doesn't move. He's just that tickled.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Cool stuff.
Yep. Yeah, he took it. Yeah, he took it.
Yep. Oh, that's perfect.
So Striker, would you go ahead and make a survival check for me? Let's just see how well this goes, right? What's the general
I have a -1 to survival.
What? Wait, why?
Because I have you use wisdom as my dump stat.
I don't know how you've been doing this then. Wait,
and I'm smart. I'm smart.
I guess it's you've been relying on your history stuff.
Yeah.
You just read a bunch of books on it.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And apparently pure luck is how Striker's been doing this. Cool.
Is this for the first day though?
So I think this is for the whole thing, right? I just wanted to see how in general it goes. I'm going to take a look at my notes about random encounters and stuff for this sort of thing. We'll see how the trip goes. I think I tests for random encounters every so often.
Every minute?
Not every minute. It's 4 times a day. All right, check for random encounters 4 times. Once at dawn, once at noon, once at dusk, and once at midnight. So I think in the first bit, you're... All right, I actually need to, change this. Yeah, 20, it should be at least double that. I need to make sure the the grid is working like it should. Yeah, there you go. 60 miles. Oh, it actually should be 40 as the goal flies. That's what they said. Let's try 3.5. Almost. Let's try. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So it's 3 miles a hex, which means at a speed of, I think you guys can make good time because of Striker's survival there. And so you can move it in like a normal pace, more or less. And so this means right, so you can move, 26 miles a day, I think, is the standard rate. So let's check this out, shall we? Which route do you want to take them, Striker? Looking at this map here.
The most adventurous route, of course.
Just like along the coastline?
Yeah, we'll do along the coast.
That's probably the easiest way to do it, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't trust these guys to cross rivers.
So you make it to this hex.
Basically by Hungry Fish River.
Yeah, right at the where Hungry Fish kind of just devolves into the swamp.
All right. Can I
on the first day, and then I'll go ahead and roll the chance for encounters.
Okay.
So let's see. You're basically just marsh the swamp the whole time. So okay. So there's a 20% chance each time I check. So if it gets a 1 to a 20 on this D100, it'll nothing in the morning, nothing at noon, nothing in the evening, and nothing at night. So the day goes by.
Boring.
All right. Are we gonna play out this camp out, or are we just
you can do whatever you want? Yeah, if you want to play out something, that's fine. Otherwise, we can just keep moving.
I just want to basically set camp and boss people around.
Mm-hmm. How is everybody taking this?
I doubt anyone is listening. I slip a bottle of rum that I snuck to the
Pottle also starts dealing out the rum that he said like tucked under his cloak. and we get like a little flashback of everybody like turning out their pockets and leaving their rum on the ground, and Pottle just like sneakily like bending down and like putting it in his cloak.
And I imagine what you did is you literally just like dumped out all of your like actual supplies and the food that you had in your pocket in your pack, Connor, and you just filled your pack just with rum.
All right, I asked the two competent people to go fishing with me so we can get dinner ready.
Okay, yeah, and your 17 survival carries, and you do that just fine.
Are there any dinosaurs in the area that I could hunt?
No. Dinosaurs are a dying breed. They're rare.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I wanted to do is start bossing people around. And,
yeah, of course. Unless Djembe actually does want to like try to track something down.
I'll ask him. Do you have anything you want to do while we're out here before we get to the bay? Because we got another 2 or 3 days ahead of us.
Is there any interesting sights or things to kill?
I do a history check for it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I also just realized your swamp is like difficult terrain, so you actually are moving like twice as slow. So you're actually probably just here instead.
All right.
It's supposed to be like 5 days to get there, so then that makes more sense. Make a history check. Let's see if you know there's something in the area.
Ooh.
Certainly. So you guys are actually 1 hex away from something called Evermeyer. So is there
some ruins? There are some ruins.
And I'll tell you what you know about them as soon as I grab this thing. But yeah, you know certainly that there are ruins within like 3 miles. The Evermeyer Ruins are... Here we go. In the vast and trackless fens west of the Emerald River, a wooden village stands on stilts. Buildings in this tiny frontier town hang suspended over the water at varying heights, from docks just inches above the water to well-to-do houses several stories high, all linked by rope ladders and narrow boardwalks. Completely empty, except for small animal nests. These buildings remain weathered but serviceable, but with no indication as to why their occupants abandoned them. Stranger still is an ancient tree at the town center covered in sylvan runes, all of which translate as gibberish except for the repetition of the name Evermeyer. Few in Calabar have ventured this far into the swamps, and no official record of its presence or origins exists.
Now we can go in here and take notes of it and then sell it, and then the way you guys can get some money for undocumented territory, so you can pay your people and get more stuff for your crew, because you're not going to be able to get a boat and a crew without money.
That sounds like a marvelous idea. Let's go. Men! To, what's it called? What's
Evermeyer.
No, this was in character. I was asking Striker.
Evermeyer. We're going to Evermeyer.
To Evermeyer!
Ruins. Out of character, am I the smartest person in this party?
I believe so, yes.
What's your intelligence?
Yeah, probably.
16.
Yep.
Yep, mine is 14.
Okay.
Same.
Again. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, given that the magic user is a sorcerer and not a wizard, yes, you are the most intelligent person in the party.
Okay. Yeah, I
Cool.
say okay. Whatever. Let's go.
Cool stuff. All right. So do you just go that night? Or you wait until the morning and then take a detour?
Probably wait till the morning.
Okay.
Because
Howard.
you don't want to fight stuff in the dark.
Yep. So no random encounter in the morning. And you get to Evermeyer. And yeah, it's empty. And you're just kind of wandering around this weird, eerie, like swamp town. What are you trying to do exactly? Just like find if there's anything valuable. I know Striker is going to try to he's going to take notes about stuff and as the guide he is.
I'm gonna do a nature check.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Indigenous life, plants, moss, whatever.
Okay. Go ahead and make a nature. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep. That's what you know. It's just there are small animals, there's moss, but it's just that's as far as you know.
Okay.
You're like, that's a rat.
No, knowledge arcana. Would I if I use knowledge arcana, would I be able to sense magic or anything?
Not sense magic, but I mean the weirdest thing about the Evermeyer, right, is there's like a big tree at the center of it. That has like weird Sylvan runes covering it. I wonder, do you actually know how to read Sylvan? You might. I don't know. Let's see what you got. Common and Draconic. No, okay.
Yeah.
So, but you can make an Arcana check to see if you're looking at the tree to see if you can find anything more about it. Nope. Striker just takes some notes that basically amount to it was weird.
Okay.
Yeah, so not very productive there for you, Striker. What's Djembe and Pottle doing?
Can I do a perception test?
What's your intent?
To find adventure.
I feel like to find adventure, that's like a luck save. Which you can make.
To find something cool.
You gotta have to give me more to go on than that. Are you looking for treasure? Are you looking for
to find
something to
treasure?
fight? Yeah,
treasure that's guarded by something to fight.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check. That's what that is.
Oh, I don't have that.
Crit fail. All right, so obviously you find something.
So I find something to fight just with no treasure.
Just with no treasure, exactly. All right.
I don't know. It should probably be the other way
around. So funny. Let's see here. Do I have a map of this? I don't. Okay, let's do this then. Let's take a quick break. And I will get a map ready, and we'll do some fighting in this weird swamp village. Stick around. We got more Terra Invicta side stories to come right after this break.